What is up, everybody? We got familiar faces in different places. It's your boy TJ, the valedictorian of Ball So Hard University, the pride of Ashtabula County, and I'm here guest hosting this week's episode of From the Deep. And I got a two-man show. We're tag teaming like Matt and Jeff Hardy. I'm here with my brother
Yeah.
since day one, Sir Michael Clark. How you been, boss man?
Good, brother. Fucking dark out already at 5:30. Shit's getting spooky. It's that time of
You
year.
You know it, man. You know it. That's how you know the football seasons are in full force, man. And we're a train just careening down the tracks, man. No breaks. No breaks. So let's jump right into some NFL talk, man. We got a fucking crazy episode planned, man. We got a lot of weird, wild shit to talk about. Today was the trade deadline for the
Mhm.
NFL. And then shortly after our show wraps today, we're going to have the new college football rankings. So we're going to talk about that a little bit too. So let's jump right into some NFL, big dog. We had a real fucking stinker on Thursday night, man. The Baltimore Ravens beat the Dolphins 28-6. Lamar's first game back, Ravens were chugging along on all cylinders, man. I mean, they've been just horrific all season, but they aren't as bad as the Dolphins, man. The Dolphins are
No.
full. They are full dumpster fire right now. The coach, I saw. What did somebody say? They said like Mike McDaniel in his post game press conference said or like 220 times. Like his brain's just fried, man. He doesn't know
Uh,
what to think. But the less we talk about that fucking disaster of a game, the better.
yeah.
So let's move forward to Sunday. A really fucking good game. I think, honestly, my opinion, that's my game of the year so far, man. We got the Bears and the
Oh yeah.
Cincinnati Bengals. 47-42, the Bears win it in fucking crunch time with a
Yeah.
Colston Loveland touchdown, man. He rumbled and stumbled and bumbled right in there. So the part that kind of was kind of made me sad, man. Like I get it. I know the Bengals players are frustrated, like, but you had Jamar Chase in the tunnel after the game talking shit. Like obviously he knows the cameras are there talking about we just needed one stop. We only needed one stop. And then you got Chase Brown going full
Oh yeah.
nuclear, and he's like the fucking defense has to get a stop, man. And we joke a lot about the Bengals being disorganized fucking mess, but that's a real piece of evidence leaning in that direction, man. Did you see Chase Brown say that shit?
Yeah. So I saw the interview where he was in the that you were talking about the one he's in the locker room, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I watched that and I didn't get to tune into that game until about halfway through the third. I mean, anytime there's a 31 point score in the fucking fourth quarter, that's pretty fucking phenomenal. And uh Colson Loveland, man, I know I drafted him earlier this year in fantasy, kind of hoping that he'd be kind of popping off, and I ended up dropping him because I needed some other guys. And this is really a coming out game for him, man. 6 catches, 118, two tutties. That last touchdown was phenomenal. That's really something, a lot of people really questioned them taking him over Warren earlier this year in the draft, but he gets producing like that, man. That's a good pick. Good tight end nowadays is pivotal to a good offense. So especially Caleb Williams, and I know he's kind of been up and down this season. That was a great game for him. So, and Joe Flacco, let's talk about that a little bit. Career high
Woo!
470 fucking yards, baby. Old Joe was
Old Joe,
slinging that
man.
bitch. The bad shoulder.
Yeah, man. I was gonna say he ran out of arm on the Hail Mary, man. He fucking that
Yeah.
thing, he threw her a little short, man. Oh, I can't believe it. Yeah, Joe went for 470. That's fucking insane, man.
Yeah.
When you consider that we saw Joe look completely incapable of movement, thought, or reasonable decision making in a Browns
Yeah.
uniform, and then he goes for 470 for the Bengals, man. It's how shit goes. And I agree with Colston Loveland. It's funny. I actually drafted him too, to be
Yeah.
my second tight end. And similarly, I dropped him like week 3 or 4. I needed hopefully some more production out of the flex position. And I let
Yeah.
him go. But that was everybody's big thing was that like what Cole Kmet hasn't super panned out for Chicago. He's just kind of a stopgap for them.
Yeah.
They're like Loveland's going to get a lot of target share as the season goes on, and he didn't. So you and me both dropped him, and now we're shit out of luck, man. He's happy on
Yeah.
somebody else's roster, man. But
Yeah.
speaking of shit out of luck, man, the Green Bay Packers,
Oh
they're
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
their luck ran out or their love ran out. Something. They look fucking terrible. And the Panthers, man, how about a budding little superstar, a mini superstar, Enrico Dowdle, man.
He's
He's
been
had a
unreal.
yeah, he's had a crazy and Chuba's back now.
Yeah.
So you'd think the Panthers did the Panthers thing and they said, "Oh yeah, Chuba's back, he's going to start." It's like Dowdle had 400 yards or some shit in 2 games and they're going to start the guy that comes right off an injury. Well, that went out the window quick, man, cuz Dowdle is still making plays and
Yeah.
the Packers are in a bit of a weird spot, man. I don't quite know what's going on with them. I didn't watch the game. All I saw was that Jordan Love throw to fucking
Yeah.
nobody with the camera
Yeah.
pans.
What the fuck?
The camera pans and all you see is a Panthers corner waiting to catch the ball. It's like
Yeah.
I don't know what he's thinking, man, but I wouldn't bet against him even though they're going through a hard patch, man. That defense, they got some pieces that you have to
Yeah.
game plan around. Tucker Kraft out for the season too,
Ooh.
man. He tore his ACL, man. So Luke Musgraves is going to get some love on the offensive side of the ball, man. They're going to miss Kraft. Kraft's been balling, so
Yeah, he's been a great target for Jordan Love, man. That's unfortunate. It's just fucking. I saw a funny stat earlier. Concussions are down 11% or 17% so far to this point of the season, and we've had more like soft tissue injuries than ever this year. People fucking tearing knees, everything. It's terrible. The
it
injuries just
seems
been
like
god
it.
awful. And like, what
It
do you
seems
really
like it.
do to stop it? Because it's just the game. I mean, there's no unless you fucking start playing flag football, this shit's always gonna happen, and it sucks. Like, there's two
Well,
sides of it, right?
like
One, the product gets lower, but two, you can see guys step up. So it's kind of cool in that way. Write some storylines, but it does suck to see guys like Tucker Kraft who are really starting to come to their own, get their season cut short.
like at the end of the day, I think obviously there's injuries like Nick Chubb's second horrific knee injury
Yeah.
where he comes through the hole, gets laid into the side of his knee. There's not a lot he can really do about that.
No.
You talk about like the hip drops and stuff like that. At the end of the day, the human body has limitations, man. Have
Yeah.
you ever have you ever seen Christian McCaffrey jump cut? It's like
Yeah, it's
you're
ridiculous.
cavemen were not jump cutting like like
No.
Christian. Your fucking sinew and your bones and your tendons like they can't take a lifetime of that shit,
No.
man. You build the muscle too strong, you ain't doing curls with your tendons, man.
No.
So I'm not surprised at all some of these guys' bodies give out, man, because like well, I'm a little past my prime, man. You know how much shit I would tear if I just jumped? Probably a
Yeah.
bunch. If I just jumped as high as I could, I'll fucking blow shit out I didn't even know I had, man. And these guys are playing, at the elite level of
Yeah.
athleticism week in and week out, man. The
And been
body can
playing
only
ball
take.
since like us since we were 7.
Yeah.
And played at a high level probably from the time they were varsity football players till now and taking a lot of hits, big
Well,
time
and
hits, and it's nuts.
if you're like a Derrick Henry, like Derrick, how many fucking rushes did he have in high school?
Oh,
Wasn't it like absurd?
yeah.
Like he had like 1,000 rushes like his junior and senior year of high school
Yeah, it was
combined.
Aaron
Like,
Rossi kind of numbers, dude.
yeah, it's like
Even
shout out
worse.
Aaron Rossi, man.
Yeah.
Shout out for the pod shout out, man.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Moving on, man. We had another little stinker. It was Chargers. Like
Yeah.
they barely squeaked by the Titans, man. The Titans are are playing with nothing but fury and fucking anger for the pain
Yeah,
that
they
they've
really
endured
are.
this season, man. And hopefully they get that shit figured out because the Titans, man, you talk about the Dolphins being bad, the Browns being bad, the Jets being bad. The Titans might be in the worst spot of all of them.
Yeah.
They're
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 looking at
gonna.
back-to-back number ones, dude.
Oh yeah, and what
Yeah.
do you do? Because
Yeah.
you just took Cam Ward at number one. So what? Reasonably you could say like, oh, there somebody's going to trade up to one to take their quarterback, but still, that really doesn't help the Titans right now. And there's really not a position or like a skill position player worthy of a number one
Yeah.
pick right now.
No,
You
not at
know,
all. So that's a great question. And how far do you trade back? You don't
yeah.
want to trade too far back and really fuck yourself of getting someone that could potentially help your team. I mean, looking at their like receiving core, dude, they got fucking nobody. And do you trade back to like the 4 or 5 spot and hope Tyson's still there? I mean, I don't know really what's gonna help, or do you go for an O lineman? I mean, it's tough. Their defense needs help. At least the Dolphins are a shit show, right? But they still got some guys. They got Waddle. They got some defenders. Titans don't really have fucking anybody looking at this roster.
Yeah. I mean, nothing. There isn't their leading receiver was Alec Iomana, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, the
uh,
kid from Stanford that torched Travis Hunter that one game. That's
yeah.
literally been their leading receiver. He had 3 catches for 46, and that was
And
their
now,
top
like,
receiver for the game.
we aren't that much better in Cleveland with our
No.
third
No.
round pick tight end, being our
Yeah.
leading receiver. But still, it's like, you look at the amount of shit that they've gone through this season, man. It's just terrible. It's like, oh God, just imagine, and that's like for me as a Browns fan to look at the Titans and go, wow, at least we're not Titans fans. Like that's fucking saying something, man.
Yeah.
That's saying
That's not
something.
good.
But moving on, man. Patriots beat the Falcons by a point, 24-23, and Falcons fans are up in arms, man. A majority
Oh,
of the
yeah.
Falcons fans I'm seeing on X, on Reddit are just they're fed up, man. They're fed up with everybody. Even
Yeah.
I saw Bijan getting some hate. Like Bijan's like a transcendent talent, man, and they're running this guy out
Yeah.
of town.
That's
Yeah.
probably the best athlete they've had since Michael Vick.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's what real game changer. I mean, Julio was a game changer, but
Yeah.
Bijan, man, holy shit. That tackling Bijan in open field might be the hardest job in the NFL.
Yeah.
Like if
It's
you're the
fucking
first
crazy.
if you're the first guy to get to Bijan, what do you even do? Like I'm genuinely serious. Just guess where he's going to be and
Yeah.
like hope you can log roll him and trip him up. Like I don't even know what you do.
I
They
remember.
Oh,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead,
Sorry.
brother. No, you're good. Go ahead.
I remember that kind of reminded me. Funny you said that. I went and saw a Browns game. I think it was Lamar Jackson's like second or third year in the league. And I remember watching defenders tank angles for him and guys that fast. Like, I don't know how you even do it. It's like you said, you almost have to guess where he's going to be because somebody that fast, I don't even know how you get a clean hit on him. It blows my fucking mind.
It's nuts, man. It's absolutely fucking insane. And like to to reinforce that point, like you said, some guys in space are just like it looks almost inhuman. Like one of my first
Yeah.
games, first Browns games was against the Bengals and Chad Johnson, Ocho Cinco was playing, and watching Ocho come out of his break looked
Oh,
like inhuman. Like you couldn't go that fast in a car. How this man was running and breaking across the field. It's insane to watch, man. Like just that kind of talent and speed and shiftiness. The zigzag is just nuts, man. Just nuts.
I'd
Hey,
be
you
pissed too if I was Falcon fans, though, for real. Like, even in Penix, I know sometimes Penix gets kind of some hate. He had a pretty decent game. I mean, he fucking 3 touchdowns. I know Drake London helped a lot with that, but it wasn't like it was a. I see a lot of people calling for the fucking coach's head. That's what I've been seeing a lot everywhere. They're like, get this fucking dude out of here. They're just too talented to be sitting at 3-5 right now in a
yeah,
very weak fucking division.
genuinely. I mean,
Yeah,
like you said, look at the division, man. You're
yeah,
you're fucking right there, man.
yeah,
And it just hasn't worked out, up to this point for them. And I don't know, the Dolphins game last week I thought would be a kind of be one of those losses that turn the season around,
yeah.
where guys look at themselves in the mirror and go, fucking, hey, this is not what I'm this is not
Yeah,
what I'm tying my name to.
yeah.
But
Fuck
they
this.
come out and they lost to the Pats by 1 point, man. And uh next up, man, next on the docket, we got the 49ers beating the ever exciting New York Giants 34-24, man. And you can tell right off the bat, man, the Giants are missing Scattaboo. They're
Yeah,
missing Malik Neighbors, and they look like a team kind of in limbo, man. Dart's doing all he can. He had a pretty good game, but
yeah.
ultimately not enough to beat the 49ers, man. And I don't know where they go, man. A lot of those guys are out for the season. And I saw people
Yeah.
calling for the Giants DC to get fired. They said he was having a shitty game, and I didn't watch it, but I saw multiple people say that. So there's got to be some truth to it, man.
The
But
only saving grace for that team for me, like looking at them at 2-7, it's not like all hope's lost, right? You got a rookie quarterback playing well, a great receiver who's hurt, a rookie running back that got hurt. Like you have the pieces for a good future here. And it doesn't show much promise when Jackson Dart's your leading rusher at 56 yards, right? And he's actually been a very good dual threat quarterback this season. He's actually got a lot better wheels than I thought. Like he's a decent threat running the ball. And I just, they just don't have the necessary firepower right now. It's going to be hard for them to really get a lot more wins this season. But I don't think it's a team that you hit the panic button just yet. They're very young. Hit some more draft picks, and I think this team's got a chance. Abdul Carter's been playing pretty good. He had a fumble recovery this week. He's been from the rookie rushing statistics I've seen. He's been one of I think the most impactful rookie rusher this season. So that looks like to be a good draft pick. But every week I sit here and I look at the fucking 49ers box score, and all I see at the top of rushing and receiving damn near every week is this motherfucking Christian McCaffrey, dude. It's mind-blowing to me the seasons he's having, and really, with all the injuries and shit, like he's by far and large the MVP of that team. I know Mac Jones has come in and played fairly serviceable. He's even had some good games. But Christian McCaffrey, man, and funny enough, the guy that's always kind of been had some injury bugs has just been fucking getting after it this season and
Oh
staying
yeah.
healthy.
And I'm almost kind of happy Jack's not here so I can say this openly and honestly. Uh Against like 80% of the teams in the NFL, being the 49ers quarterback seems like a pretty fucking easy job, man.
Yeah.
It's like we're going to hand the ball off to McCaffrey. God forbid our first read isn't locked up, we're going to dump it off. We got the best check down in the NFL and they got a decent O-line. I mean, fuck, man, he's a quarterback's best friend, man. And
Oh yeah.
did you see that route he ran out of the backfield?
Yeah,
Shook
he's fucking
shook dude
insane.
right out of his socks, man. Yeah, go be a 240-pound Mike linebacker. Try to fucking cover that guy in
Yeah.
the in that middle zone, bro. But speaking of defense, man, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers. How about them Steelers, man? They
They were on his ass all game.
stifled the Colts, man. 27-20, and the score doesn't reflect the kind of game that it was, man. We had 6 turnovers for the Indianapolis Colts, man, and they I don't think like I saw a bunch of people say they were getting fraud checked and all this. Listen, man, some games you just shit out. I don't know what
Yeah.
you're gonna, it just fucking is what it is. The Steelers pulled up, they said, I'm your Huckleberry, and they gave them boys fucking 6 turnovers. So
Yeah.
I think if you're the Colts, fucking put it in the past. Don't cry over spilled milk, man, and look forward to next week. But it was a crazy game to watch because I was excited. I only caught one other Colts game this year, so I was like, let's see what they're all about, man. And
Yeah, they got some
pretty
ball players, man.
no doubt, no doubt. I
Yeah.
mean, Jalen Ramsey was trying to kill one of them. He fucking
Dude,
he hit Pittman like 3 times. It's like holy shit, dude. Like,
he's been on some demon shit this year, man. He's been fucking dudes up.
well,
Uh
it's funny.
one
Like he
real
played for
quick.
Jackson. Oh yeah, go ahead.
One guy I fucking love to see had a great game. He was one of my favorite draft picks. I think it was 2 years ago. It was Peyton Wilson, man. That
Hmm.
crazy motherfucker is like the embodiment of the Pittsburgh defense of like that type of mentality. And he had 10 solo tackles. He's really starting to come into his own. I've loved watching him play.
And they got that he's got that kind of Jack Lambert-esque style with his fucking teeth are missing and he's got a
Yeah.
black eye and his fucking fingers broken crooked, like Peyton
Yeah.
Wilson's out there, man. And the Steelers are gonna do what they do, man. They're gonna do this to teams, and I don't know if it's witchcraft or black magic or Mike Tomlin defense, but it's what they do. There's one or two
Yeah.
teams this season, no matter how good or bad the Steelers are, there's one or two games a season where a good team goes to Pittsburgh, plays on their fucking gross field.
Yeah.
The what do they call it? It's not Heinz Field and at some bullshit Acrisure Stadium or something.
Yeah. Sold
Yeah,
out.
yeah, that's like all fucking gnarled because Pitt plays on it too. So they go into Pittsburgh, it's cold. They got the Yinzers fucking screaming at them. And good teams get caught up, man. Good teams fucking get caught up. So moving on to the next game, man. We got the Denver Broncos beating the Texans in another kind of odd game, man. The Broncos, they just find a way to win, man. I mean,
Yeah.
they got a legit to quit defense, and that is a great wild card to have, man. When you can rest on that, offense can kind of play slow, and it's good for Bo Nix too to be a young quarterback that you don't really want to rely on your defense, but being a young quarterback that does have a good defense, that's a great weapon for him. He can play slow, they can run the ball, they can do a little bit of everything. And CJ Stroud, man, took a bit of a knock. Took a
He
bit of a
got knocked
knock.
silly, man. I'm interested to see you know, the funny thing is about all of these talks about concussions in NFL is they bring these guys back in like a week and it always blows my fucking mind. You see somebody get knocked like that, dude, like you got to be out for take your time, man. You're 3-5, season ain't been so great. Don't fucking come back so fast, man. It blows my mind that they don't take more precaution with these dudes. Like he got fucking knocked silly. I mean, he had defensive reflexes, arms came out, not good. I fucking that shit always. It just makes me sad to see. It really does, because I've had my own struggles with it, and I know what that feeling's like, and it fucking sucks, dude. Because no matter what afterwards, you're just such in a fucking weird headspace. It's hard to explain to someone that's never really had one or even had, especially a bad one like that. That shit fucks you up. You're not normal in a fucking week. Like, I don't care what you say. They're like, oh, he'll be missed one game and come back. Like, dude, there ain't no fucking way you're on top of your shit like that. Your brain is fucking scrambled. It is not easy to deal with. And like, it fucking sucks. That shit made my heart drop when I saw it. I felt bad for him.
Well, yeah, I always think too, like I'm a big MMA fan. Like I love MMA, all the organizations I follow, And in the UFC, a guy gets fucking head kicked and knocked unconscious, then has a non-compete for 6 months
Yeah.
to like get himself back together and heal up and everything. Like, or when the guys go to war, man, and they're fucking tore up after the fight, they'll take 6 months medical, 9 months medical off between their next fight, and it makes you wonder because eventually the NFL is going to be handcuffed. The more research and the more studies come out, and it's like, well, if we got to sit this guy for fucking 6 months, concussions like that, a KO on the field is going to be a
Yeah.
season-ending fucking injury, and I don't see anything else you could do about it.
Yeah.
It's just kind of have to be what it is, and I don't trust for a second. Let me preface this by saying, like, the views represented on From the Deep podcast in no way are legally binding and or fuck yeah. So don't fucking sue me, Roger Goodell. But in no way do I trust the independent like concussion experts,
No.
because if you're not there for free, then who's paying you?
Yeah.
And if it's a three-letter agency that's paying you, then you ain't fucking independent. And
No.
you know goddamn well if Patrick Mahomes gets fucking KO'd in the AFC Championship game, that independent specialist is not going to say, "Hey Pat, it looks like you got to sit out the fucking rest of the game,
Yeah.
man."
Here's
Old
some smelling
Rogers
salts.
Rogers going to call him on the bat phone and fucking make sure
Yeah.
that independent specialist knows what's going on, man. So, yeah, I agree, man. I think the concussions are a hard thing, and they're part of the game. I wish they weren't, and I honestly I don't know what you deal with it or what you do to deal with it, man.
Yeah. You really
So,
can't. It's
no,
part of the game. It truly is. It's ingrained in it.
what a wild sport we fucking picked, man.
Yeah.
Fucking A. I wake up
Yeah.
every morning and we played, bumfuck country football in the middle of nowhere, and I wake up and my knees creak and my back hurts and my shoulders hurt and my fingers are numb. It's like, dog, imagine the cats that played fucking Calais Campbell 17 years in the NFL playing
Yeah.
D-line. Like, fuck, dude, imagine what that cat feels like, man.
Yeah.
But as Jack would say, I digress. Let's move forward, man. The Jags beat the Raiders in a banger, man. They played a great game.
Yeah.
Two middle lower pack teams, like Raiders have been really terrible. Jags have been hit or miss, but they played a close game, man. It came down to a 2-point conversion.
Hmm.
Uh, so Jags pulled it off, man. And Cam Little, Jags kicker. NFL
We
record
got a leg.
68-yard field goal, man. And
Yeah.
we're not necessarily old timers, but I know you remember when 52 was a motherfucker.
Yeah, that's
When
a
you're like,
shot.
fuck, can fucking
Yeah.
Graham Gano get out there and make a 52-yarder?
Yeah. This game's
Mark,
over.
yeah, it's like fuck, man. Even like Phil Dawson goes out and they're like, oh shit, I don't
Yeah.
know if he's gonna be able to do it, and it's 56 yards, and you're like, holy fuck, man. Like to be able to put 10 yards on what like average kicks used to be in
Yeah.
just 15 years time is insane, man. So shout out Cam Little, man. I hope he gets laid or gets a bonus or something. I hope someone in his life cares about his
Yeah.
fucking kicking acumen, because like,
Yes.
fucking A, kickers are the butt of every joke, but not today, Cam Little. You're the fucking
No.
man, dude. So we got we got the LA Rams, man, just hammering the Saints, just hammering them. 34-10 in a one-sided shellacking, just a beatdown. And we got Tyler Shugg playing for the Saints now, man. So we're gonna see what Shugg's made out of. What
Mm.
I have an interesting question for you, Mike. Who is your favorite player on the Saints, do you think? Who is when you think New Orleans Saints, who do you think of right now?
It's got to be fucking Kamara, right? I mean, he's really the only name left. Tyson Hill. I've always liked Hill.
That's my point. Is
Yeah.
like the Saints got one guy. Here's a question. Besides Taysom Hill, who is the Saints fucking defensive tackle? Do you know?
No, fuck no. I
I
couldn't tell you anyone on
dedicate
their defense.
it's like I dedicate my life to this shit. I don't know who their free safety is. Like,
Yeah.
oh, what the fuck, man? The Saints just went from the top straight to the bottom, man. And who is that? Icarus that flew too close to the sun and
The
he burned
sun.
up, man.
Yeah.
Saints did the same thing, man. But
But at least he
damn,
soared.
but fuck, like, yeah,
Yeah.
wasn't it good while it was
Yeah.
happening, man? The Saints were awesome, man. And speaking of awesome, brother, the Buffalo Bills, they're fucking
Yeah.
they rule, dude. They're a fantastic team to watch. And they actually beat the Chiefs. It seems like, hey, whenever Buffalo plays Kansas City comes out on top, man, but not this time. I will say Buffalo gave them a chance towards the end of the game. Missed a field goal and gave KC the ball back down 7.
Yeah, I know. And everyone was thinking, all right, you fucked up. That was your
Yeah, oh yeah.
chance.
And there are like 22 seconds left. I was standing in the kitchen making dinner and I was like, damn, that's too much time for Pat, man. I'm
Yeah.
like, they got something cooked up. I'm like, I can't believe it if the Buffalo Bills find a way to lose that game. But they didn't, man. They held on. And I'll tell you what, Patrick Mahomes took some shots. Took
Oh, him
some
and Kelsey
shots.
both.
I mean, Mahomes probably got crunched bad, like 2 or 3 times in 2 drives.
Yeah.
Like he threw a ball on the sideline, and I think it was Epinesa fucking Batista bombed him out of
Yeah,
bounds.
that was
I was
a
like,
fucking shot.
oh my God, dude. And I've like, oh, I know what that feels like. The can't breathe, the wind
Yeah.
gets knocked at it. You're like, but I give him credit. And I give Pat a lot of shit, man, because I think he's a cornball and I think Kansas City's kind of corny in general. But Pat's a baller, dude. A lot of people hated Brady for the same reason. They hate Pat because he's good. I hate Pat because he's good. you
Yeah.
know. So fuck it, man. For him to stand in there and take some shots and really keep the game close. Shout out to Pat, man. And to follow the Bills and the Chiefs, we had a fucking banger on Sunday night. A one-sided banger, I will say. The Seattle Seahawks, man, played some of the best offensive football I've seen out of anybody all season, man. You had Sam Darnold 17 for 17 coming out of halftime. Just balling out. Jackson Smith and Jigba
He's
balling
been
out.
unreal.
They're throwing fucking touchdowns to creative players. I don't even know who the dude was that scored, but like Little 82 or some shit. Like I don't even know the guy they threw the touchdown
Cody
to.
White. Yeah, I never even
Yeah,
heard of this fucking
who
guy.
is that? I've never
I
heard of
don't
him either.
know.
I was like, holy shit, congrats to him. Arroyo caught one. The only part I don't understand about the Seahawks is, do the coaches flip a coin to decide which running back is going to be on the field?
They have
because
sold 2 of my parlays this year because of that bullshit.
it seems like there is no rhyme or reason as to how or why Charbonnet or Kenneth Walker are on the field. You can
Yeah.
say like, oh, if it's second and two, you know, you might go with a Charbonnet who runs harder, but it sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
3rd and 10 and Charbonnet's on the field, or it's 1st and 10 and Walker's sitting on the sideline. Like I don't understand the logic necessarily, but if it works for them, which up to this point it has, I mean you can't really argue, man.
Yeah.
You
Oh
can't
yeah.
you can't really argue. So I like
No.
their coach a lot too, man. He's got the defense playing well. You can't hate on the Seahawks right now, and fuck, that division looks tough, man. Looks
That's got
real
to be one of the
tough.
toughest in the league this season. Funny
Yeah,
enough, I didn't think it
and
was going to be. I didn't think the Rams were going to be this fucking good or the Seahawks. I mean, Darnold, we were kind of so like funny things to add to this. Every Monday at work in the morning, we all come back from the weekend. Like we always sit there for like 30 to 45 minutes, fucking bullshit about football. And we find some time during the day. And like we were talking about Darnold, man, and like what a story that has been because it goes against everything the NFL has become recently, where the win now, results now. And Darnold, no offense to him, up until last year was dog shit. Like his entire career, he was bad at the Jets, bad on the fucking Panthers. And to see the turnaround this cat has made is almost jaw dropping. And like I wonder what clicked with him that he thought again, like I can really fucking do this. And he's been fucking great ever since. I mean, that might have been the most masterful half of passing the football I've ever seen in my life. And that's not a douchebag. I've watched a lot of football. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. I mean, he's been hitting every fucking throw. I mean, it helps that he's had Jackson Smith and Jigba, who I believe is on pace to break the NFL receiving yards record. He's on pace to damn near break 2,000 this season. And I mean, that always helps, right? To have a guy that's playing that high of a level of football. But man, he's been playing fucking great. And, I laugh at a team like the Vikings, who JJ played pretty decent this week, but man, you had Daniel Jones and fucking Sam Darnold on your fucking roster. You let them both walk, and now you're kind of back in quarterback limbo again.
yeah, yeah, man. And like the thing with Sam Darnold is like to me it's such an underdog story and a fucking uh I'm gonna sound so hallmark here, but it's like a triumphant
It
fucking
is.
human experience. It's
Yeah.
a man who has fucking nothing growing
Yeah.
into what he's dreamt to be, where
Yeah.
now you got real football talking heads, that are looking at Sam Darnold going, fucking, hey, this guy's a starting NFL quarterback. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, who's going to take his fucking job? Nobody, you
No.
know, that's Seattle's guy till he's not. I mean, at the end of the day, Sam Darnold, like you said, it has been an incredible thing to watch, man. And I'm happy about it. Nobody saw it coming. He was
Mm-mm.
he was somebody that everybody wrote off when he said with the Jets that I was seeing ghosts out there and shit, and
Yeah.
they were like, "Dude, brother, you got to go back to the drawing board, man." And
Yeah.
excuse me, I've been saying, ooh, a little. I got getting a little choked up talking about Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of my boy. No, but if you're the Vikings, and I've been trying to blow the whistle on this the whole time, man, like if you're the Vikings, brother, Sam Darnold had a good season for Minnesota. And for you to look at that and to tell your fans and your shareholders and all these guys, like, hey, we're going to go with a Michigan quarterback who, I know I have some Michigan hate with the Ohio State thing, but at the end of the day, Michigan quarterbacks, except for Tom Brady, really have not done hardly anything in the NFL. Like that's not exactly like a powerhouse school I'd be happy to hedge my franchise's success on.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, man, it is what it is, man. Sam Darnold's balling and the Vikings let him go. But uh speaking about the division, man, and just how good like everybody's been. Seahawks have been great, Rams have been great, Niners have been great, even with the injury problems. And now you got the Cardinals, man, on Monday night going and beating the Cowboys in what is like a pretty decent performance. I mean, Jacoby
Yeah.
Brissett fucking has them looking like a football team. And the part that I think is interesting, I'm kind of excited to hear your opinion on it, is like Marvin Harrison Jr. has been missing all season, like by all accounts. Like he's just been in no man's land essentially. He's had a bit of a shitty season. Jacoby Brissett comes in instead of Kyler Murray, gets the start, and now Marvin Harrison looks like a fucking real number one wide receiver. Like,
Yeah.
could it be a Kyler Murray problem instead of a Marvin Harrison problem? Or is it a little bit of both? What do you think about that?
I think it's definitely, and like I've always kind of been a Kyler Murray fan. I've watched him for a long time, but it's obviously him, man. I mean, Jacoby's come out here his last two games. I don't remember the exact statistics, but it was like Jacoby last two games had 220 yards and two touchdowns. No, and the last like 21 games Kyler Murray's played, he's done that twice. And Jacoby's matched that. And I know I was kind of like teasing earlier in the year about Marvin Harrison getting all upset and stuff, but it's evident that it's not on him, right? I mean, some of the routes he's running yesterday are gorgeous. He's starting to getting his mojo back like fucking Austin Powers, dude.
Yeah.
He's in there. He's feeling good. Like it's cool to see, and it always makes me laugh for teams like this where you have a quarterback you drafted high, and that is a dynamic football player and has showed glimpses. But you bring in this old vet who really ain't, he's not mobile, doesn't have a cannon of an arm, and he leads you to a great. Now, Dallas's defense isn't great, right? But they played fucking awesome. And the coolest thing for me I've been seeing this season with Arizona, especially this game, is they got two rookie corners in Denzel Burke and fucking Will Johnson. And Denzel Burke was all over the field last night. Pass deflections, he had a pick to end the game. Like, and he was kind of like at one point talked about as a fucking top 10 pick in the NFL, and he fell away to fucking fifth round because he played so bad his last year of college or like that last year and a half. And he fucking showed out last night, man. And I don't know. I think truly this game is more of an indictment on Dallas because they look fucking terrible. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know what the fuck has happened. George Pickens had a stupid fucking penalty last night, which I, the calls have been soft recently with the fucking taunting or whatever. All I did was kind of point the ball to guy, but you got to know better, right? Like you have to know, especially in a game like that, you got to know better than to do that shit. And that's always kind of been George Pickens' problem, right? He can't fucking control himself. And I just have been shocked at the Cowboys. Some games their offense looks unfucking beatable. Like they're the best offense in the league, and they come out and played like dog shit last night against the Cardinals defense.
Yeah. And really, that's what, if you're the Cowboys, you should be licking your chops. And you should
Yeah,
go, hey, we got a downtrodden Arizona team with two rookie corners. We got
yeah,
Pickens, CD, Javante, who's played well this season.
yeah,
It should be a 40 burger. We
yeah.
we should hang something on these boys, and they just couldn't.
I
And
started Dak over fucking Josh Allen in fantasy this week. That almost
yeah,
fucking bit me in the ass. I won by point 0.5.
and I would have as well. Like
Yeah,
if you just look at the matchup, that's
yeah.
that's what it is, man. And no, I just the Cardinals are a weird thing for me, man, because like you know, playing corner and playing safety, like just how important a half a tick is on the clock
Oh yeah,
when it comes to a guy running a route and a guy throwing a ball. If Kyler, even on something stupid, say the 7 yard out to the sideline, if Kyler delivers the ball a half tick early or a half tick late, that's a huge difference. So when you
yeah,
have a guy like Brissett that comes in and everything is on time, it's exactly where it should be. A guy like Marvin Harrison, that could throw off his game, a ball getting delivered at a different part of a route, or a different in a different like time signature. So to
yeah.
see Brissett get out there and just launch that John all around the field, man, I was pretty happy about. And I always liked him. He's like a throwback. He's a good dude. He's tough. He don't say much. He just
Oh
plugs
yeah,
around and goes, man. But uh let's go move to team talk, man. We had our boys, the old Cleveland Browns,
mm,
little bye week, which
yeah,
hey, at least we can't lose in the bye
yeah.
week. Fucking
I
hey.
guess that's
But
about the only pro part.
yeah, and we got a little piece of Browns news, man. Kevin Stefanski yesterday gave up play calling to Notre Dame
Yeah,
legend Tommy Rees.
the
And
cop puncher.
the cop puncher himself, man, he didn't
Eh.
do it. He didn't do it, man. Everybody's had PBRs and been rowdy sometimes, man. Let Tommy
Yeah.
Reese. He's just a kid, man. But I was telling one of my group chats that like with the Browns, I read somewhere that they had only scored more than 20 points in a game once this season, which was against the Dolphins.
Yeah.
And then the last time they did that was last December against the Broncos, where I believe they scored 31. Don't quote
Yeah.
me on that, but I think it was 31. And we actually scored 20 points or more 3 times that season. And in all 3 games, Ken Dorsey was calling plays, man. So
Yeah.
if you got to go back to 2023 to find a Kevin Stefanski coached offense that scored more than 20 points in a game, man. And you can't run from that. I know obviously there's been some personnel struggles on offense, but when you look at teams like the Jets or teams like the Dolphins, they're a little bit more productive. On offense than we are.
Yeah.
So
Oh
I mean
yeah.
the fucking Dolphins hung 31 on the Falcons last week.
Yeah.
So what do you do but let Tommy Reese call the plays, man? And it's a lot more of what I don't like about Kevin is like last week he was super non-committal. And he's like, "No, I mean, I'll consider it. We'll
Yeah.
see what happens. We'll see how things play out. Let's see our week of practice. I don't know if Gabriel's going to start. I don't know if Shador's going to start." And it's like, be a man about it. Put your balls on the table and you go, "Look, I'm calling plays or Tommy Reese is calling plays. DG's starting or Shador's starting." It's fucking simple. Let's
Yeah.
start with that. You have the basic, you have the guidelines for what you're going to have to work around for the bye week, and let's go. Don't fucking show up to practice Wednesday and go, "Shador, you're starting. Hey,
Yeah.
Tommy Reese, you're calling plays. Hopefully you have
You
enough
got
time
it.
to fucking
Yeah.
piece up your game plan." And I will add the caveat that that could happen or that could have happened, but behind the scenes. But
Yeah.
it fits exactly with what Kevin is as a coach to me, in being so non-committal and mysterious and indecisive. So, what do you think about that, man? You know a little bit more about Tommy Reese than I do, man. What do you think about the Tommy Reese offense? Do you think we're going to
So
look better?
I it's hard to say really because I know I saw him in action at Notre Dame. He did pretty well and obviously very different game coming to NFL. But really this I think might be the undoing of Stefanski's fucking coaching tenure because if Reese comes out and the offense starts fucking playing well, bye bye Kevin, because what the fuck else is he good for truly? Really?
Yeah.
And they were like, well, people are like, well, the team buys into him. Like, oh yeah, I'm sure they fucking do. Get the fuck out of here with that. I hope Tommy does great, man. I've been a big fan of him. Watched him a bunch as a kid. He had that year when he got in trouble. He didn't play hardly at all, except I think he came in like 2 games. We were down 2 touchdowns, and he brought us back every time. The year we got smoked by Alabama in the Natty. But he, to me, is like I was always a fan of him at Notre Dame because he's not a fucking big dude. He didn't have a can of an arm. He's just a gamer, and I really think his attitude of the game, like the way he plays, going to show. Hopefully, kind of bleed into the way he calls the Browns' offense. So I'm really excited for it. I'm happy for him. He's a young dude. He's only, I look right here. Wait, he's 32 or 33. I mean, he's fucking young. He's getting a shot here. I really hope he takes the most of it. I mean, that's young for any coordinator, like offense, defense, or head coach in NFL. So I'm really happy
Yeah.
for him. I think he could. I'm not too sure what he's going to change. Now, my only other thing is I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if Kevin still gonna have input on the fucking offense. I wonder how much he's gonna tell Tommy not to run shit and what not to do. Because that'd be a damn shame if he does do that. I think you should hand the keys to Tommy. The season's fucking over. Let's be realistic here. You ain't gonna fucking win. Right now, you want to build towards a better future and get some of these guys some confidence going into the offseason. And it's sad that we're talking about this already in the year, but I knew it was gonna be that. That's just how it is with the Browns. So I don't know. We'll see. We get Tillman back this week, which will be nice to have some more help at receiver, and we'll see how DG does. I don't have very much optimism for this team, so I'll take whatever I can get. I guess we'll leave it at that. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they didn't really make any plays, say, at the trade deadline. They didn't do much for anything of that, and I didn't really expect them to. Seems like they're kind of just gonna
Hey,
roll with what they got, so if I can get after it.
Andrew Berry trade deadline masterclass, man. We
Yeah,
sent Troy Inca to Chicago for a 6th round pick swap. Troy Inca in a
yeah,
7th for a 6th. So,
yeah.
I mean, at
You
least we're
be
making waves. After all the reports coming out of Cleveland said that the Browns were going to be buyers at the deadline and look
Oh
to make
yeah,
the team better. Yeah, it's
yeah,
funny how that fucking happens. And on Tommy
yeah.
Reese, I wonder how much he's going to have to do out of necessity. How much of the
Absolutely.
11 and 12 personnel you have, because ultimately the offensive line is bad.
Yeah,
They're playing very poorly, and you kind of hide that stuff with two tight ends. Or, I mean, we haven't been able to, but in theory, you hide
yeah,
that stuff with two tight ends, and very heavy formations, with an extra lineman or two tight ends. And I wonder how much of that Tommy's going to have to play out of simply out of necessity and not
he's gonna
necessarily
have to.
because he wants to. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
you
the
know, uh,
personnel we have. It ain't like he can change the whole fucking playbooks and start going five wide. We don't have the fucking receivers for it. And that's a very good point. People are probably gonna bitch, and on offense still looks the same. What do you expect the cat to do? It ain't like he can fucking change players. He's got to roll with what he's got, and that's
yeah,
that's why I don't really know what to expect out of it. I guess we'll see.
we'll see, man. But moving on, man. I got two little NFL storylines I want to point out. One of which, man, we saw Jaden Daniels' elbow do the Watusi in garbage time,
Yeah,
man. He was fucking. I cannot believe. Now, and listen, I know in hindsight it's easy to say, it's easy to go, why'd you have him in the game? In a 38-14 game. Like, I know, like, it's easy for me to say now because I know he fucking snapped his arm in half. But fuck, dude, how do you have your franchise quarterback in the game down 38-14, running the ball as much as he does, and his fucking arm explodes on the field?
yeah, yeah.
What?
It's not good.
No. And I mean, fuck, I know Dan Quinn said, like, yeah, I missed on that one. Well,
Yeah, you just fucking destroyed your quarterback.
yeah, I'm like, fuck, dude. I
Fuck.
mean, it Dan Quinn, when he wakes up tomorrow morning, should hit his knees and thank whatever God he believes in that it was his non-throwing arm.
Oh yeah,
Oh my God, if that would have been his throwing arm, I see glimpses of RG3 flashbacks
yeah,
getting his fucking knee splashed in half. So I don't know, man. You got to feel for Jaden Daniels, man, because like
yeah.
he's been injured a lot, and that is just a freak shitty accident to happen in garbage time of a game where they're getting their ass beat. So I wanted to talk about that real quick and just see like what you thought. So moving on from Jaden Daniels, man, we got the NFL trade deadline today, man. We got it wrapping up at 4 o'clock, and we had some fucking moves. We actually had some needle movers, man. We got the New
Yeah.
York Jets saying you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here to two like quintessential
Yeah.
pieces of the Jets
Yeah.
defense. It's like, oh my goodness, man. So we got Sauce Gardner getting traded to the Indianapolis Colts, and the Colts find themselves a perennial number one corner. You got a big matchup. Sauce Gardner's your guy. If you play a Bengals team with Jamar Chase, if you play a Vikings team with Jay Jettas, you're not going to worry
Yeah.
too much with Sauce
Yeah.
out there. And in return, man, the Jets got a bit of a haul. They
Yeah.
got a bit of a haul. What was that, brother? 2 first-round picks and Adonai Mitchell,
Yeah.
who everybody was kind of talking about as a potential trade target because he hasn't been involved very much and he hasn't been contributing a whole lot for the Colts. So he gets a new home. So we were talking in the group chat. We're like, shit, man, that's a huge deal. That must be the deal of the day. And then before the clock struck the midnight hour, man, at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Quinnen Williams also traded from the New York Jets to the Dallas Cowboys. And I don't know. I don't know what benefit there is for Jerry Jones last night to go, yeah, we got a trade. We're going to get her done. It's like, brother,
Yeah.
that ain't going to help you tonight, brother. Keep that.
No.
Let Schefter break it, or one of these guys. But yeah, Quinnen Williams headed to the Cowboys, man. And what would you look up for me real quick, Mike, what the return was on Quinnen Williams to the Cowboys?
from my understanding, it was first reported this year's first rounder, but I do believe it's next year's first and this year's second.
Okay.
Let me look. Yeah, it was incorrectly reported at first. Let's see. Yep, so Dallas traded a 2026 second rounder and 2027 first rounder is what they picked. And I believe it's the Cowboys first rounder from next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I see. Uh, that I think I hate to be a fence sitter, but honestly, I think it helps both teams. I mean,
It really does. Yeah.
the Jets are doing the Oklahoma City Thunder tank method, where they're like, hey, if we have 11 first round picks in the next 5 years, one of them's got to be good. Like one of them has to hit, So,
Yeah.
interestingly, I wanted to tell you this. This is the most players ever traded in season. With 25, we've had 25 personnel moves so far this year,
Holy
which is the most
shit.
ever. Yeah. So, and that's every week of the season so far. But still, so Sauce Gardner, Quinnen Williams moving out for the Jets. There was another big one too, man. Speak of the Seahawks, Seahawks got a little better. They landed
Yeah.
Rashid Shaheed, man, and I'll tell you what, a productive wide receiver room in Seattle gets even more productive now with Shaheed, a guy that can really stretch the defense. And it was I'm not going to say a low value trade, but it was one of those. It was a fourth and a fifth round pick for Shaheed, who's in his fourth season. He's averaging 15 yards a catch. It's like,
Yeah. Not
man,
that bad.
like,
That's a good trade for them, especially with JSN playing this year. Definitely to open the field for him. We're gonna see some Darnold fucking deep balls to him, 100%. We're gonna see him launch some fucking piss missiles across the field to him, and he's gonna be catching them in stride.
well, he can definitely, Darnold can take the top off, man. That boy can throw some
Oh
heat
yeah.
down the field. So I'm really interested to see kind of how Sauce plays out, man. The Colts are a team that, obviously have been really shooting for the moon this season. And,
Yeah.
if you're them and you're giving up 2 first round picks, and I know I said it in our group chat, but it's like, dude, where the Colts expect to be, their first round picks are going to be between 20 and 30.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, we're going to give up 2 late first round picks, for a guy plus Adonai Mitchell. That's going to be a chance we're willing to take, man. And just in, we got a shark in the water, fellas. I see a fin from the beach, man. Is that
Oh
Coach
yeah.
Keegan Lowe in
It
the
is.
house?
He's here.
The
Yes, sir,
man
gentlemen.
is live and in the flesh, brother. How you been, man?
I have been great, gentlemen. Been in the playoffs, been grinding. Just
Yeah.
spanked Edison's ass in the playoffs last week with
Woo!
the shutout, 35-0. That was freaking
Ye-
awesome. In their place too. It was pretty great.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Fuck yeah, dude.
ooh!
Yeah.
Congrats.
Congrats, man.
Oh yeah, it was a
Who we
blast. And
who
now
we
we
got
got
next, man?
round 2 will be Genoa, which is
Mm.
actually pretty funny and kind of ironic. Me and Jack's class, and Eric was a part of that team as well. He was a junior, but my class, my senior year, we kind of got this whole thing started about week 3 when we played Genoa, and Genoa was still like technically a powerhouse, and we took them down. So it's kind of funny seeing them in the playoffs, and we haven't played them all this time since that last time, and now we're seeing them
Wow.
again in the playoffs. So pretty,
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
yeah, pretty iconic for me. So
Oh man, that's
pretty
awesome,
pumped,
man.
but yeah,
You're
they're
gonna have
tough.
the boys ready, man. You're
Oh
gonna
yeah,
have the boys ready, man. I wouldn't bet against you, man. You guys are gonna roll in and be
Mm.
be ready for whatever.
thank you, gentlemen.
Anytime, man. And dude, you made perfect timing. Like we just wrapped up team talk. We were talking some storylines, man. And I skipped the Vikings. I hoped you were, or I skipped the Lions. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you like that.
No,
Uh,
no.
but I skipped the Lions talk in case we might see you tonight. I was gonna say, hey, man, why don't you give us a rundown? Give it the Detroit Lions,
Going
man,
right
dropped a
into the
tough one.
Detroit Lions game with the Vikings. Is that what we're
Yeah,
doing?
Yeah.
yes, sir.
Oh God, anything but that. No, but freaking Man, we started out pretty good. I won't lie. I thought like starting out that first quarter and everything like that, like everything was looking all right. But McCarthy fucking, first of all, I gotta say, played a hell of a game, man. He really freaking was giving us the work, freaking throwing the ball and like towards the end of the game, freaking with his legs, dude. So I really am curious to see how he's gonna develop throughout the NFL. But man, he gave us the work. And as as I say that though, I feel bad for our defense because offensively, we could not get anything going until freaking late in the game. And it just, we knew that we were going to be playing against a team who's going to blitz. They're blitz heavy. That's what they do. They man up. And you got to freaking just know that going on into the game offensively scheming and to have them quick freaking throws where you can dump it off a little faster or something. I don't know. I thought the play calling wasn't there all the way, and we knew that we were going to get pressure, but like we had no game plan to get rid of the ball a little bit faster, in my opinion. So we took that loss in home, and now things get shaky, man. I mean, the schedule doesn't get any easier each game that we're going to be playing this season. I mean, we got to work our tails off to freaking win and try to earn those wins, and it's going to be tough teams. So it's looking a little shaky right now. We're just hoping we can bounce back from this. But yeah, man, there's a lot of questions, and I was kind of hoping with the trades and everything going on, I was kind of hoping maybe the Lions make a move, especially freaking. I was kind of hoping offensive line tackle because we just had that injury happen. So, lots of stress is going on over here.
I hear that, man. I hear that. But I did see
cold bush.
Oh, that'll work. That'll take the edge off. The Lions, I did see rumored, obviously they're unverified like reports, but I did see rumors that they were looking for O-line, looking for some depth and some help. But dude, the Vikings are a tough game to play, man. And I mean, I know everybody's a professional, and the Lions are obviously a well-run, well-coached team. But dude, the Vikings are hard to play against, man. And it doesn't matter. They almost have that kind of scheme that it doesn't really matter the personnel they have on the field, the individual players. The scheme makes it difficult to play against.
Yeah.
They'll put the guys in the right places to be successful. So yeah, I don't know. Detroit, man, I just there's gonna be bumps along the road, and you guys are gonna get the kinks worked out before the playoffs, man. So I have some faith in you.
Too. Oh, I'm hoping. We'll see.
Oh, we'll stay the course, man.
Yeah.
Well, as you joined on, man, I was just about to rip the upcoming docket for this week's NFL games, and then we're gonna spit a little college football, man. Spit some team talk. You can tell us about Oregon. I need Mike to give me the lowdown on Notre Dame, and then we got my Ohio State Bucks to go over as well. So upcoming next week's NFL games, Thursday night football only on Prime. The Raiders versus the Denver Broncos in an interesting matchup. I'm excited to watch Genty in primetime versus the Broncos defense. And then on our Sunday docket, we got the Shit Bowl 2025, the Cleveland Browns versus the New York Football Jets. And we're going to see what happens, man. The Jets got a lot of lockers cleaned out after today. So, we're going to see what happens, man. Browns off of a bye, Jets off of a trade deadline that really primarily had to do with them. So we got the Falcons versus the Colts, the Giants versus the Bears. We got the Bills playing a division game against the Dolphins. We got Ravens versus Vikings. Hey, welcome back, Lamar Jackson. Here's a Brian Flores defense. We know you had an easy one. Yeah, you had an easy one against Miami last week. Yeah, here's Brian Flores. Check this out, man. And we got an absolute banger. We got the Pats versus the Bucks. So we got Drake May versus Baker Mayfield in a bit of a battle midday. Got another division game, Jacksonville Jags versus the Houston Texans. That'll be an interesting one without CJ Stroud. We got Davis Mills is going to be taking snaps maybe for the Texans. Another divisional game. Shit, we got a bunch of divisional games. We got the Cardinals versus the Seahawks. That's going to be an interesting one with the Cardinals coming off a big dub. Seahawks coming off of a one-sided just smackdown. And then we got the Rams versus the 49ers, which is a game that has some huge implications. I know they played earlier in the season, and it was a banger. So I would expect fireworks again in the Rams versus the 49ers. And we got the Detroit Lions. Keegan, How you feeling, man? You're going to play the Jaden Daniel less Commanders team. What do you think about that game, man?
I think it is the perfect game to have a good bounce back and get our freaking gears going. You know what I mean? I think that'll be a great. We should definitely win that game. Is that in Washington?
I don't have it written down
I don't have it written down.
which team's home. Mike, you want to check that real quick if you got a
Yep.
sec?
Yep, I can look it up right now.
I agree, man. I think the Lions, it's one of those games where
That's at
you know,
Commanders.
okay, so it's at Washington. So
Yeah.
yeah, Lions
Okay,
Lions
road
will be
win.
ready, man.
Mhm.
They'll be ready. And like that's a perfect perfect point you made that like a team like the Lions coming off the Viking loss is going to be ready to stretch their legs a little bit,
Yeah.
kind of hunker down. And I would expect they're going to come out and pound the rock just like they always do. Lots of play action. And let's see how the defense plays when they're really allowed to pin their ears back against like, I don't want to call them a harmless offense, but with Jaden Daniels gone, they're they don't seem as imposing, that Commanders offense. So
Mm-mm.
it's going to be interesting to see Detroit's defense, man. And then on Sunday night, we got a bit of a cool matchup, one that I'm like pretty excited about. Got the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Chargers, man. We got the Steelers coming off of a great week, defensively, giving the Colts 6 turnovers. We got the Chargers, who just barely eked out a win this week. So we got two great football coaches and two hard-nosed teams going at it on Sunday Night Football, man. And to open up Monday Night Football next week, we got the Eagles versus the Packers, man. That has all the writing is on the walls that could potentially be a banger, man. And I'm excited to watch that. I'm growing sour on the tush push by the week. I'm becoming more sour, so hopefully I don't see too many of them. But I like watching the Packers play, and I like watching a good football team operate in the Philadelphia Eagles. What you guys think, man, about the matchups? You think, is there anything you're looking at for next week? Any uh, any guys that you're looking at to have a big performance, or any games that might be a little close when it comes down to the wire?
I think Rams to San Francisco would be a great game. A lot of indications for future playoffs. A lot of the 4 o'clock and up games are fucking good. Really, beside Arizona, Seattle's, I think Seattle's would give it to them. But Detroit, Washington, Rams, San Francisco, and then you got Pittsburgh and LA to finish the night. Would be a fucking great game. That's a
Absolutely.
very great later day slate.
I agree, man. That's a banger. Keegan, what about you, man? You got anybody besides the Detroit Lions you're looking at?
I really want to see that Steeler and Chargers game. That's the game that I'm kind of most interested in, man. The Steelers are looking kind of hot. I think they might catch the Chargers, but I think the Chargers are a better team. But gosh, I really like the way Pittsburgh has been playing.
That's what I
Oh
think
yeah.
too, man.
I
That's what
really
I
do.
think too. And writing out the docket, for our outline for the pod, I was like, fuck, dude, that Sunday night game is a banger. That's a lot of
Yeah.
fun. So
Yeah.
we're gonna see Tomlin versus Harbaugh, ready to roll, man.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead, man. Let's spit some college football and let's get right into the team talk, man. Mike, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. They beat the bricks out of Boston College, man, 25-10. I need you to spill the beans. I need you to tell me what to expect out of the Fighting Irish going forward and how they look last week, man.
So they actually looked a lot like shit, to be fair. Offense really kind of struggled to later game. Jeremiah Love ripped off a fucking 94-yarder, really kind of put that game out of reach. But funny enough, it was kind of the opposite of what our team's been all year. We've had the good offense. I'm trying to find the stats real quick here. Uh, but the defense has been playing great. I believe we lead the country in interceptions now. It's been nice to see our defense come on strong because we're going to need it, right? So, you know, Carr had a good game again, 18-25, 300 yards, 2 touchdowns. Bryce didn't really have a good game. He only 9 carries for 12 yards. Boston College played a pretty damn good game for being 1-8, man, or 1-7 at the time. But Carr let it rip. He played good. They just couldn't seem to. He had a bunch of yards, just couldn't seem to punch the fucking ball in. It was driving me crazy. But after that, that run, the defense. Look at the defensive stats here. Let's see, we had 3 picks. Uh, Tay Johnson had 2 of them, and Adon Schuler had 1. It was good to see our defense, our DB's been playing a lot better. Now I know that fucking Boston College ain't a great team per se, but it's good to see the defense play well, So if our
Totally.
offense can get the run game clicking a little bit last week or next week, because Jeremiah Love had let's see the final had 136 yards, but 94 of that was off of one run. So you can see our offense was not running the ball well.
Yeah.
So it was not a great indication of his running ability that game. And just they fucking Boston College came to play, man. They were not fucking gonna take it laying down. So shout out to them. But
Well,
I
and
believe
does
next week.
does that seem to be a thing? Just to interrupt real quick,
Hmm.
does that seem to be like the hill that Boston College was willing to die on? That Notre Dame is just not going to run the ball against us, and we're going to make
Oh,
this kid like we're going to sell out to
probably.
stop the run. Because
Yeah.
I mean that's what I would expect a good team to do.
Yeah.
In the A&M game, it's like let's sell out to stop the run and make this kid throw the ball. And by all accounts, CJ Carr, man, he's looking like a budding young star. Uh,
Yeah.
and I hate to be like so cliche, but the kid throws a good ball, like a
Yeah.
pretty ball, tight spiral. He ropes that thing, man. So what do you guys got going next week for Notre
Navy.
Dame, man? Navy.
Navy matchup. So I think they've had a pretty decent season, if I remember correctly. Yeah, they're sitting at 7-1. So
Yeah.
now the spread's 26 us. So Vegas has us winning pretty good. I'm interested to watch them. I've used them on I had a dynasty with Navy in college football, so I'll recognize a lot of their names, which would be kind of cool. But we should give it to them pretty good. I think our passing attack should be pretty proficient. So hoping that's the
And
case.
tell me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's a primetime game. Is that the 7:30 or the 8 o'clock? I think it's
It is
NBC.
7:30. Yep, 7:30.
Yeah. So I'll get off work Saturday and turn that sucker on, man. Watch the
Yeah.
Fighting Irish so I can finally jump in on some team talk with you Irish boys, man. I'm telling you. But dude, Keegan, what about the Oregon Ducks, man? The Ducks, how they been looking? What are they looking at working on going forward, man? How's the outlook as an Oregon Ducks fan right now?
Well, right now, the last game that we just had was that Wisconsin game that we barely came out of. We had 21-7 was the final on that one. And that was kind of a shaky game, man. Like I thought that we should have won by a lot more and really handled that team. But I mean, even this, yeah. But we just had a bye this week. And right now, I believe, gosh, I think I want to say we have like Maryland or Rutgers or something like that. Hold on. I'll
I
pull it
can
up.
look for you right now. You guys are playing Iowa, which would be a pretty good game. Iowa's
Iowa.
a damn good team this season.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Iowa.
Yeah.
Yeah, Iowa's not too shabby. Well, I mean, we'll see how that game goes. I'm still kind of maybe I'm looking too further down the line here. I'm just really worried about freaking USC on our schedule, man. I really got a
Yeah.
freaking feeling that like we'll win these next two games with Iowa and God, who's that? Minnesota. Well, I think we'll beat those guys for sure. But God, USC and even freaking, I'll be honest, Washington. I feel like Washington might even freaking sneak one on us this
They're a
year.
good team.
They're not a bad
Yeah.
team this year. And I don't know, maybe hopefully off the bye we really start clicking, show how look really good in this Iowa game. But I got a lot more questions still with Oregon right now. I really don't know if we are that team, even though we're getting all the praise and love right now in the rankings and still being up there. But I don't know if we deserve it, to be honest.
Well, I would have faith too that like Dan Lanning, even though he's a youngish coach, like he knows the deal, man. He pays
What
all
a
attention to all this shit,
I know
So if
he's getting the boys right the best he can, but I got that feeling that we're just young and we're just not there yet, almost.
yeah,
But who knows? I'm not in that locker room, so I don't know. Just gotta
yeah,
watch on
hey,
freaking Saturday, baby. Just gotta watch on Saturday.
hell yeah, put the feet up, crack you a cold one, man, and watch the Ducks ball,
Like,
man.
hell yeah.
I love that, man, and I love the Iowa game. Iowa's a school that has like a special place in my heart. Like they're just a hard nosed, like middle of fucking nowhere ball club, like
Right.
their quarterback, I think it's Gronowski, he
Hmm.
uh was like a North Dakota State transfer, man, and he had
Yeah.
like incredible seasons for North Dakota State. And he's just a hard-nosed ball player, man. He shows up and he's willing to put his head down and run for the pylon, you know.
Clark, what's their schedule real quick? What Iowa's? Like what's their record and everything?
So they're 6-2. Their two losses are to number 11 Indiana at the time and number 16 Iowa State. Lost to Indiana by 5 and Iowa State by 3. So I mean they've been playing pretty good ball. I'll give you a little overview of their stats from this season. Mark Gronowski has 1,000 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 4 picks. And then they got 3 running backs that over 250 yards. And looks like Gronowski's a rushing quarterback. He's got 11 rushing touchdowns this season. So that's actually pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, that is.
He squeaks in there, man. He's like I said, he puts his head down and runs for the pylon, man. That dude's one of those that every time he gets hit, it looks like he got hit by a bus. You know, like he's one of these guys, like he gets touched and goes flying, but it's normally flying into the end zone. So it's going to be an interesting game. I had that marked in our upcoming section as potentially like a game to watch, an upset watch.
Yeah.
Just to consider it, man. After the Wisconsin game, Oregon still trying to find their identity. Keep an eye on that game, man. But speaking of Big Ten opponents, man, we got a Big Ten banger. Did either of you fellas watch the Buckeyes play Penn State?
I did, yeah. Yeah, that was fucking Jeremiah Smith's one-handed catch of the goal line off the deflection was fucking disgusting, dude. His body control is amazing.
He's just absurd. He's exactly as advertised. But you know, like he's as good as a college receiver can be, I think, you know, like as capable. Stats are tough because, you know, like he's going to accumulate as many stats as you are willing to let him. Because if you look his way on every play, there's a good chance he's going to be open on a majority of them. And it seemed like against Penn State, he really was. He was open, you know, and Carnell Tate, dude, Carnell Tate would be a cherished, beloved wide receiver 1 on any other team in the country. He's absolutely cracked when it comes to running routes, man. Carnell is a complete, like, he's another one. He would be a transcendent talent if he played for LSU. Like, people would be talking about this guy like, you know, he's the next coming. But, you know, you look towards the draft and Carnell's going to be a first-round pick, man. He keeps catching these deep balls, and Julian Sayin keeps delivering them. He's going to find his way into the middle or the back half of the first round. But just real quick on the Penn State game, man, it was good for me to see because the question for Ohio State has been so far this year, like, are you able to crank it to 100? Are you able to put the pedal to the floor and fucking steamroll a team? And like the scoreline really didn't flatter us going into the half, but anybody that watched the game will tell you, like, Penn State was getting fucked up. Like they were getting beat bad. And we had a CJ Donaldson fumble right before halftime, give Penn State the ball on their 20-yard line. And it's 17-14 going into half, and everybody's kind of going, oh, shit, this might be a thing. You know, if Donaldson doesn't drop that ball, it's 24-7 at half, and the Buckeyes are rolling. You know, it was one of those things. The score line really didn't tell the whole story. But, yeah, I was just happy we could turn it up, man. We ran the ball really well late into the game. Defense played well, exactly as advertised. And, you know, the Buckeyes are ready for anybody, man. That was a huge test. As kind of as disrupted as Penn State's season has been, their defense is still a Penn State defense. And I was really excited to see Ohio State and what they could do against Penn State. So I wanted to call back real quick on something that Jack says all the time because it stuck out to me in my head that sometimes teams just play Ohio State and they get kind of mesmerized. You know, like the cobra in the basket listening to the flute player, like they kind of get lulled into the trance, man, you know. And it felt like Penn State, that's kind of what happened as the game went on. They thought they could hang, and Ohio State was like, no, you can't. You can't hang with us. We're the Buckeyes. And that they fell right off, man. And it's a good example of what I always say is like when teams come in to play Ohio State, they always look fantastic on the first drive. They look great. They come in to the shoe and they blow their wad immediately with everything, every look, every read, every situational play call that you think you have that would work against the Buckeyes, you're like, fuck yeah, we're going to come out and put 7 on them. That's fine. But 5 minutes from now, the game's going to be 7-7, and y'all got the ball back, and it's situational football and
Yeah.
real deal play calling. So what do you have then? And you saw it in Penn State. Kept running like a toss outside read type deal. That they ran 3 or 4 times, in the first 2 quarters, and it went for big gains,
Yeah.
big fucking gains. And I went, oh man, that they found that on the play call sheet and said, fucking, hey, we're gonna toast the Buckeyes with this one. And then that was it. They blew it. That was the only real ground they were gaining on us. So yeah, I thought it was an interesting game and looking forward for the Buckeyes, man. I want to see a lot more of the same. What do you guys think about Ohio State, man?
Real quick, what's the name of that Penn State running back?
Nick Singleton, I think.
Singleton.
Singleton, yeah, he's number 10, I think.
He's a nice little back, man. He runs hard, man. He runs good. I thought that when I was watching the Buckeye game, but I love what you said in the beginning of your take there, TJ, which was freaking that to see the Buckeyes just finally steamroll a team, dude. Like freaking just dominate. Like I've been waiting for Oregon to do that with a decent opponent for a while now, and freaking we just haven't been there. And for freaking Ohio State to do that to Penn State, like even though we know Penn State's a little beat up, they got their coach taken away from them. They're all over the place right now. To still just do that and solidify that, and to do it with your freaking stars too, and let them have a freaking game too, that just builds confidence. And to make a real quick point here, because I've just been thinking about this a lot with the Buckeyes, is you guys are in your fucking Bama era, dude. Like with your point of like the snake and the cobra freaking mesmerizing dudes is freaking on point, because like you are the team now in college football. Like everybody knows you're the guys to beat now. So freaking everyone's always going to be thinking that. Everyone's going to overthink stuff and get hyped and realize that you guys are the team, because that's what you guys are now. And it's crazy to see like how that changes in different eras throughout time, in college football. And yeah, recently it was, or before it was Alabama, and now recently it's the Ohio State Buckeyes. Like, and I think it's going to be that trend for the next few years now until proven otherwise. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's just it. And I'm not unrealistic.
Yeah.
Like I know Nebraska had those days where
Yeah.
they were the perennial like big team in college football. And then like you had the Pete Carroll era USC, the Mac Brown Texas teams, you had Saban's Bama. All of those empires crumble in the end.
Yep.
So
Oh
it's
yeah.
not lost on me that, eventually by just sheer probability and likelihood, this is going to crumble at some point. We're going to have a shitter of a season. So let's
Mm.
enjoy it while we have it and get fucking full on in and supporting the Bucks, man, and trying to win a couple rings when we can. So I like that point a lot, man. I think so too. And it's um I never in any facet of my life use the word blessing for anything, but
Yeah.
it is a blessing for Ohio State to be geographically the team that like I ended up, being born into and supporting. So,
Yeah.
it's great, man, and I'm happy to be a big brand. Like as Jack always says, we're a college football brand. So we're lucky, man, and luckily all the college teams that we cheer for really are. Oregon, I would say, is a huge brand. Notre Dame is a huge brand. So what can I say, man? We're lucky guys. It would be shitty if we had to watch fucking Wichita State every weekend, or something like that, or we had the fucking the Montana University Barber School or some shit football team to support, man. But we got some good football teams, man. So let's go over some notable games, man. Let's talk about some other games that happened, man, because we had a couple bangers, and we had one that is very pertinent to the Big 10 conversation here. So we had Indiana absolutely dismantling Maryland, man. In Indiana, fuck, are they talented, man? 55-10. And I cannot wait. I hope they stay the course. I hope the Buckeyes stay the course, and I hope for that conference championship game, man, because that's going to be an absolute banger. So, talking to Indiana comes the big question. What do you guys think about Indiana being ranked number 1 over Ohio State?
One
Oh,
second. I actually had myself on mute because I let my dogs out. But I realistically, Ohio State's a better team, but I wouldn't be surprised if Indiana shows up as number one tonight in the rankings, just due to the fact, like we said, they have a more signature win right now over Oregon, who has had a better season than Ohio State's win over Texas. That's really the only deciding factor. Indiana has blown out pretty much everybody they played, and Ohio State has too, but not to the degree that Indiana has. Like here's Indiana's last three games. Maryland 55-10, UCLA 55-6, Michigan State 38-13. Now they beat Oregon by 10, and then they beat Iowa by 5. It's like the last kind of real close game they were in, and they just simply dominated all facets of the game. I wouldn't be surprised if they are number one. It's not. It wouldn't be like I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? It would make sense, but truly, Ohio State should still be number one.
What do you think, Keegan?
He dipped out. He had to go. Must have had to go do something. I forgot you couldn't see.
Oh,
He ran
no,
off
no
real quick.
worries.
Yeah, yeah,
Whoops. Cut it
yeah,
in post, Jack. Cut
yeah,
it in post. Whoop, we're working out the kinks.
yeah.
Uh, like we talked about it before the show. Like I wouldn't be mad at it at all. I mean, I don't really care. I don't feel some uh like burning like love for being number 1 in the country. I don't care because we're gonna find
yeah.
out. It's
Yeah,
like I said, it's like the UFC. It's like fighters that talk shit and talk tough at their press conference. It's like, brother, we're
yeah,
gonna fight tomorrow. So
yeah,
what are you fucking what are you gonna tell me now that matters? You know.
yeah,
So we're gonna see at some point whether it be conference championship or the playoffs or whatever. We're gonna see the Indiana Hoosiers, man, and we're gonna have to deal with them. So yeah, they had a huge game against Maryland, absolutely just belt to ass and beat them boys down, man. But we had a lot of other upsets, dude. A ton of
yeah.
upsets. We had Georgia Tech losing by a pretty decent margin to NC State and the young quarterback, the young baller CJ Bailey. Georgia Tech losing 48-36, man. And I didn't watch the game, man, but I've been rocking with Georgia Tech this year. I like what their coach has done. And I tell you what, dude, they run the counter as good as any football team in the country.
Oh yeah, it's
I I
gorgeous.
I love the way they run the football, man. And let's talk real quick because it means a little something to you Notre Dame Fighting Irish faithfuls. SMU upsets Miami. Miami ranked number
Yeah,
10, and SMU comes in and steals one from them, 26-20, man.
the wheels are falling off for Carson Beck, bro. He had a terrible interception to lose that fucking game in overtime. Threw it right to the fucking linebacker on a slant, a backside slant. He looked right into him.
What's he gonna say? The fucking guy ran the wrong route again.
Who
Didn't he say
knows?
that earlier
Yeah,
this season? Like,
yeah,
oh
he's
no,
a
tight end
fucking
ran the wrong
chode.
route. Yeah, he just
One other upset real quick that I'd like to bring some spotlight to is West Virginia over fucking I believe it was Houston, correct? And
Houston.
shout out to Mentor native Scotty Fox, freshman getting the fucking start and
Oh,
running for 2 touchdowns as a fucking
hell
true
yeah.
freshman getting in there and fucking winning the game. That's pretty cool to see. I always like seeing local boys fucking go out there and play some good ball.
And bro, he looked fearless. Like
Yeah,
he was ready to ball, man. He came in, he did the lick your fingers thing.
yeah, he was
He
getting
said,
after it.
"Give me the rock, man." He's oh man, I love that. Like you said, seeing local kids do it, and we got a bunch of good local kids right now that are going to move on and play college football at some big schools. So I'm sure we'll cover that as they grow and blossom into hopefully superstar football players. So to continue with the upset trend, brother, we had a banger. We had Oklahoma and Tennessee. Oklahoma ranked
Hmm.
18th in the country, beat the 14th ranked Tennessee Volunteers 33-27, man. And I've been seeing a lot of shit about Tennessee inquiring into the buyout of their coach, Josh Heupel.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Uh,
Hupel or some shit like that.
I like I like their style of offense, man. It's a pretty interesting system. I said it's like kind of like the Mike Leach uh system where you run the entire offense out of like three formations, or you can
Yeah.
run the entire offense out of three formations. And it's like, hey man, if we got six in the box and they got five, we're running this, John. If they got six in the box and we got five, we're tossing it. It's the
Yeah.
classic numbers game. Let's spread everybody out, take the top off. So I like Oklahoma, man. I like the Venables defense, man. They're playing tough. And there were a lot of questions, coming in to see how they were gonna do, with Mateer battling like his thumb injury and shit like that. But they played a good game, man. And we had another banger, brother. We had Texas, the Texas Longhorns, upsetting Vandy and Diego
Yeah.
Pavia 34-31. And I know people were pissed because Pavia's brothers were in the crowd starting shit again at the Texas game. Did you see any of that stuff?
Yeah, they're fucking assholes, dude.
No, it's like, dude, it's like,
Come
bro,
on.
be on your best behavior, man. Come on, guys. It's
Yeah.
like you gonna go and try to fight somebody's fucking grandpa at a game. It's like a young strapping man.
Yeah.
What a dick, man. Those guys are fucked. But dude, at the end of the day, man, that was uh that was our week in college football. Oh, there's one that I forgot. We had number 5 Georgia escaping the upset
Oh
against
yeah.
Florida 24-20, and it looked tight coming down to the end of the game, man, but Georgia was able to get it done. And I tell you what, man, DJ Lagway, probably the most inconsistent college football player I can remember.
Ever. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he goes from looking like prime Tim Tebow to 6-year NFL backup Blaine Gabbert. Like
Yeah.
there's just a huge difference in the way that he plays, and I don't get it. I don't get it. I hope he can figure it out because man, does he have some exciting traits or qualities? So what do you guys think about last week's game? Was there anything else you wanted to go over? We got Georgia, we got Indiana, we got Georgia Tech, SMU
Yeah.
beating Miami. I mean, we had a ton of upsets, man. What do you guys think?
I really think other than the only one I wanted to bring up was that Scotty Fox kid. Other than that, like you said, we pretty much hit everything on the head. And like I said, it was an interesting weekend in football, and like I said, in about an hour, we're gonna get the fucking playoff results. So we'll be able to talk about that next week and fucking get after it. I can't wait. It's gonna be fun to
Hell
be able to
yeah.
discuss that and kind of get an outline of what we think we're gonna see this season. That's gonna change obviously through the weeks, but it's always cool to get an idea and that we're getting close to crunch time now. So
Hell yeah. Hey, Keegan, man, what do you think? You got any notes on college football from last week you wanted to add? Anything burning a hole in your pocket?
Nah, man. I was on the bye, so I freaking was crashing out, man. I'm freaking ready for next week, and I'm ready to take on Iowa. That's what I'm ready for.
Hell yeah. So let's punch forward, guys. Let's go over the upcoming games. We got a couple good ones this week, man. We got number 2 Indiana going in and playing Penn State. And I'm not a believer in football math at all. Like this team beat this team by 20 points. This team beat this team by 30 points. That means team B is the better team. And that's not
yeah,
how this works. So I can't wait to see everybody say like Indiana fucking beat Penn State by 10 points. They're not on the same level as Ohio State or vice versa.
yeah,
Indiana beats them by fucking 50 like they've been beating teams, and people talk that they're better than Ohio State. So I can't wait to see that. But we got my game of the week, an absolute banger. We got the Stormin' Mormons of BYU going and playing Texas Tech, a number 8 matchup against a number 9. And that is a fucking awesome game. I can't wait to watch that, man. Texas Tech, some injury problems this season. They got a bit of an interesting quarterback situation. BYU does too. And by interesting, Bear Bachmeyer is the weirdest motherfucker I've ever heard of in my entire life, man. He said he wears number 47 because it's primal and it reminds him of when he played linebacker. That kid's a fucking star. He's one of those people that like Keegan, you ever met somebody that's so fucking crazy they have no fear? It's like they don't they don't even
I look at
realize
him in
some.
the mirror every day.
Yeah. Hell yeah. It's like this fucking this fucking Bear Bachmeyer kid is so crazy. It's like he doesn't understand that danger exists. Like he doesn't give a fuck about the situation. He nuts up and balls, man. So shout out Bear Bachmeyer and then the Texas Tech Red Raiders, man. That's a banger. So we
Hell
got
yeah.
number 3 Texas A&M against number 19 Missouri. And I'm interested to see that game. Let's see Marcel Reed.
yeah,
Whenever Marcel Reed's on TV, man, that's good quality entertainment, man. I like how he plays, and he might not be a NFL like big time
yeah.
prospect, but
Damn good
man,
college ball player. Yeah,
fuck yeah, there's room for those, man. Marcel Reed is
yeah.
one of those guys, so I'm excited to see Texas A&M. hopefully add another ranked win over Missouri and grow their. I know you do too, Mike, with the
Yeah.
ND
Yeah, we
situation.
need it. Yeah. We need every good loss we can fucking get. So
Want those boys to win as much as they can, man. And then
yeah.
moving on, brother, LSU post Brian Kelly era. LSU Tigers haven't been at a lower spot in recent memory, I don't think, going in and playing number 4 Alabama. So
Really?
that has all the makings of Alabama shithousing them and making the situation worse. Or
Yeah. Yeah.
does LSU pull it out of the fire and say,
Yeah, they
"Hey, man,
could.
fuck Brian Kelly. We got the interim coach bounce, and they might
Yeah.
steal the game. You never know." And then if Bama loses to an unranked team? What happens to the playoff picture, man?
Oh, it gets all muddied up. Yeah.
So many implications, man. And then to cover our team talk, guys, we already said we got number 6 Oregon going in and playing Iowa in a tough game. We're going to see what the Hawkeyes are made of. Let's see if Oregon can kind of right the ship and punch a hole through these motherfuckers, and drop a 50-point game on Iowa. We got Notre Dame in prime time playing Navy, the Naval Academy, man. Notre Dame ranked number 10. And then we got Ohio State, the current number 1 team in kind of a shitter
Yeah.
against Purdue, but who knows? Purdue played Michigan pretty close last week. They lost Purdue, but they played a close game. So yeah, we're gonna see. And then really, like, before we head on out of here and hit the dusty trail, man, I just wanted to point out Auburn fired Hugh Freeze, their head coach. And I
Yeah.
wanted to get your guys' opinion. What do you think, dude? The job openings are fucking nuts. We got LSU, we got Florida, we got Penn State, we got Auburn, we got Arkansas, we got UCLA and Oklahoma State. And that's just so far.
And
That's
Florida
just
State too, correct?
and
Yeah. Did Norville get fired yet? I thought they were gonna. I can look real quick. Give me 2 seconds.
yeah. Go ahead and verify that for me, because if so, that's another fucking crazy one. I knew he was in the shit, but I didn't know
Yeah.
if he had been
He,
fired yet.
he has not been fired, but I remember I thought I saw there were some talks of it happening after they've lost a few. But uh, this has been the way college football is going to look next season is going to be fucking so much different than it is this year, man. I've never seen this many openings. What would you say is the most coveted coaching spot open? I would have to say it's probably LSU, right? That's got to be the number one spot open. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it is. Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah, you
I
too.
think I think so.
Huge.
I
yeah,
mean,
it's got to
just
be.
from ju- just SEC football, like
Yeah,
LSU's like a top team. Like they're on if they're playing football, they're on primetime television.
yeah,
That's one of those
LSU,
programs where it's a fucking national championship or nothing. Like that really
yeah,
is the coaching expectation. They even fucking said that with Brian Kelly as they were like firing him. They're like, dude, the expectation, all the former players and everything that I've heard in like interviews and stuff. Even fucking the defensive lines coordinator right now, freaking, he was saying that in an interview. I just heard him say, he's like, the expectation is freaking national championship or nothing. That's how we
yeah.
fucking do it down here, dude. Freaking, that's the expectation. We've been there, we've done it, we got to do it again. Yeah,
and there's some
nothing else.
huge jobs just from a point of being like interesting. Like Oklahoma State to me is a very interesting job because it hasn't been open in what, 20 years or 21
Oh
years where
yeah,
Mike Gundy was there. We've never in our time of watching football, Mike Gundy's been Oklahoma State the entire time. We've never seen another coach at Oklahoma State. We got Arkansas going and moving past the Paterno neck or Petrino neck brace Sam
yeah.
Pittman, like, I want to go out here and give me a cold beer. I'm gonna go out here. I think after the game, I'm gonna sit down and have me a cold beer. It's like we're moving past that, man. We got real coaches might go to Arkansas, man, and that's, to me, that's kind of an untapped like situation. Like Arkansas could be a
Yeah.
big school. They got big games all year round, man. Keegan, what you
Let
got
me
for me,
ask
brother?
this real quick, boys. Do we think, like, with these new job opportunities in college football, do you think, like, either coordinators or maybe even head coach, whatever, from NFL might come down and get like big college head coaching jobs? Or you think like coordinators in college football or other head coaching jobs somewhere else like might take these opportunities? Like, where
I
do
think
you
it's gonna
think
be a
that?
mix of both. And I can see him like a Heartline.
Be a good mix. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see him like Heartline getting picked up somewhere, like guys like that. Dude, I wouldn't even be surprised if Patricia gets a head coaching offer. I really wouldn't. The way he's coached the defense at Ohio State this year, I would not be surprised if one of those, like a team like Oklahoma State or somebody throws a bag at him. I would not be
Yeah.
shocked at that at all.
Well, like what you got guys like Tommy Rees, who's like a first year offensive
Yeah,
coordinator. Like, would it be totally unfathomable if UCLA was like, "Hey, Tommy Rees,
he's already been linked.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like we want a new offensive identity, man. You know, you're in Cleveland as the OC. You know, and he
Yeah.
hasn't even called plays yet. We talked about
No.
that, but like he
Yeah.
hasn't even called plays yet, and people are like, he could take the Bama job when DeBoer gets fired. You know, like those crazy, unfounded fucking claims. But yeah, I was just wanting to see what you guys thought about the job openings, man. And finally, in closing, I wanted to ask Mike and especially Keegan, because Keegan, you're the coach, man. You got an eye for coaches, an eye for talent. Are there any coaches that you really like in college football that you think could move up to a bigger job? Like a coach, for example, that could go like, let's say Summerall from Tulane could move up to an Arkansas or move up to an Auburn. Are there any coaches you really like and are looking at looking towards maybe moving on and taking a bigger job?
That could be moving on, taking a bigger job. God.
Because like what I thought originally was like there's a short list of guys right now that are huge, and it's the reason I bring up the question is you look at Golish from South Florida. He's apparently by all accounts a great coach. You look at Brett Key from Georgia Tech, fantastic coach, you know, but at Georgia Tech. You got a Kenny Dillingham at Arizona State, who's a young guy, worked his way from the fucking coffee pot in the break room to being the head coach of the football team. There's so many opportunities for these young kind of budding coaches. Even Drinkwitz from Missouri is getting some love, like potentially moving up. So I just wanted to
I
inquire.
love that you brought up the guy from Arizona State right there. I
Yeah,
do
he's a
love
good
him
coach.
a lot.
Yeah.
He is a hell of a coach. I would probably like to see him. It'd be kind of fun to see him at like God. What was there any other Big Ten opening jobs, or was Penn State so far the only one?
That's so far UCLA as well.
UCLA.
I
I'd
guess
kind of like
technically.
God, seeing him at like a UCLA would be kind of cool. I don't know why. I just feel like seeing him like somewhere in the Big Ten would be kind of fun.
Yeah, I think so too. And like, dude, that's an attractive job, UCLA. They got a lot of cash. It's a West Coast team, big
Yeah.
recruiting hotbed that
think you could
Dillingham is already in, you know, in Arizona. He probably spends most of his time recruiting in California. And then Nico Imaliava, you know, has had like kind of a shitty year so far, but has a lot of raw talent. So, you know, if you're a coach stepping up into his first big job and you got Nico Iamaliava, you know, as your quarterback already in the building, you know, it could be an
Yeah.
attractive job. So what do you think, Mike? Are there any coaches you really like? Any up and coming guys? Under the
Uh,
radar cats?
I think Arizona State's coach definitely. And funny enough, I saw that he's got a bye week this week, and he gave his whole team a whole week off, which I've never even heard of before. Like the time of the game Saturday, he gave him that whole next week off, which anyone that's played, football in college knows like that. You usually get after it in the bye week. You're usually going fucking hard. So I'm very shocked by that. A lot of people are saying that's because he's looking at another job, which I wouldn't be surprised. He's probably my number one candidate, truthfully. I'm trying to think of any smaller school guys. I don't think BYU coaches would leave. That guy seems like he likes it there. There's one more coach I was thinking about. I can't remember as of right now, but it's got to be Arizona State's guy. He's a good dude. He's younger. I think he brings a lot of energy to the table. Guys respond well to him, and he did a great job at Arizona State last year.
Yeah.
Who's the one coach freaking for I think it's in the Big Ten freaking God damn it. Starts with an M. Fucking why am I drawing a blank?
Oh. Starts with an M.
Not,
Mike, pull up the Big Ten coaches, brother.
Yep.
Bail us out.
I'm looking.
They're red. They're fucking like what? Red and yellow. Fucking.
Maryland's. It's
not fucking
Maryland's
Maryland.
head coach. I'm trying to think of who it would be.
You thinking
Minnesota.
Iowa State, Matt Campbell?
Yeah, he's been talked about a lot. That's probably who you're thinking of, Keegan. Matt Campbell.
Well, Minnesota is PJ Fleck, who's also a coach.
yeah,
That's
that
what
could
I
be
was
it too.
I think I'm thinking of PJ Fleck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pull up
he's
a good
an
picture of
interesting
PJ
cat.
Fleck, Clark. Let me
Yeah.
see his face. Dude.
Yeah,
Let me see it.
he's a
Let me
nut,
do it real
man.
quick.
He's a bit
Dude,
of a wild
I
cat.
like him though. Yeah, I've seen some videos with him. He would be kind of a fun one. Even dude, if he took like the Penn State job, how fun would that kind of fucking be?
Hell yeah.
That's
When
PJ Fleck right there.
Yes,
Hell
that's
yeah.
exactly who I was thinking of. Yeah.
He
Yep.
fucking rules, dude. And
Dude,
you know,
yeah.
like
have him with
so-
the suit with fucking at Penn State. He would look sharp.
the whole root of the question, man, was just because I was thinking about it. Like there
Yeah.
aren't enough high level coaches for every
No.
one of these schools to get a high level coach.
No,
You know,
absolutely not. We see a random get a shot.
Exactly. And I'm excited for them. I hope it's Golesh. I hope it's Dillingham. I hope it's Summerall from Tulane. Like, I hope one of these guys gets a shot, and I hope they stick, man, because it makes me feel for the coaches that like take their first big job and then kind of flame out, man. So yeah, let's see, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see another one or two big jobs open up before the end of the season, man. Especially if Florida State, if they haven't fired Norvell already, that's gonna be a big one. And makes you wonder about Clemson too. I mean, it's not likely, but if Dabo keeps losing, it could be an interesting change of pace down in Anderson, South Carolina, where Clemson's located. So, dude, let's wrap, guys. Let's get up out of here. Let's hit the dusty trail. I got dinner to eat. You guys got whatever you got going on. Is there anything else you guys wanted to say before we hit the trail and get out of here, man?
Let's go Irish.
Go Irish, baby. That's Big Mike, Sir Michael Clark. We got Coach Keegan Lowe signing off, man, from the deep